So I'd like to start with a question that was presented at a meeting some time ago. The question was, is the heart essentially pure? And does this purity have an impact on the expression of our human lives? And we spoke a little about the purity of the heart yesterday, so let's open up this conversation. The innermost heart, the depth of the heart, the essence of the heart is pure. When that purity flows into your life, it cleans up the nervous system. It cleans up the nervous system of the accumulated stress of reactivity. And it brings everything into the relaxed, natural state. Again, I spoke about naturalness yesterday. And how true intelligence arises from this naturalness. It's like a cleaning up of your environment, a cleaning up of your emotional environment, your mental environment, and your physiological environment. While the essential nature of the heart is pure and remains pure in its depth, it is subject to the cover-ups, the strategies of defense, psychological defense, when we feel ourselves or believe ourselves to be threatened, attacked, when we believe that, or when we avoid feeling what is unwelcome, what is too much to bear. These defensive strategies arise from a sense of separation. The core belief that I am a separate self, an entity, a thing, and I need to protect myself from things outside of me, the world, other people, other opinions, other beliefs, events and circumstances that appear to happen to me. The remedy to the heart that has been polluted by the structures of defendedness, which creates a hardening, a tightening, a reactivity, and a stress on the whole system, so that we cannot listen to true intelligence. We listen to the surface reactivity. The remedy to that is to welcome everything. The remedy to that is non-resistance. The heart, the true heart, does not need protection, does not need defending. It is infinite. It is unbounded. It's like a bottomless well. Everything, every feeling, and that's all there is. Yeah? It's what you feel, your relationship to the world and to the things in the world, to the circumstances, to the events, to the people, to all the relationships you have, is actually a relationship with your feelings. You experience reality through the felt sense. The mind might divide that into good and bad, welcome and unwelcome, and so on. But underneath that is always a felt sense, a feeling. When feelings are rejected, avoided, denied, labeled as shouldn't be happening to me, there's an avoidance of the power, the invincibility of the pure heart, the deep heart. The heart is like a bottomless well. It can absorb everything, every offense, every attack, every misunderstanding, everything that the mind labels as unwelcome is welcome in the deep heart. Because in the deep heart, everything returns to love. It's not to do with your thinking. It's not to do with your behavior. This is all on the surface. It's to do with your capacity to welcome everything on the deepest level. Because it is. If you feel what you're feeling, if you're experiencing what you're experiencing, it's here. So the attempt to reject it, avoid it, and say it shouldn't be here is insanity, an insanity that takes you away from naturalness. So the deep heart, the pure heart, essentially is the end of the argument. A lot is invested in the argument with reality, with life. Yeah, when I say reality, with life, with my experience of that, my experience of reality, my experience of life, which is my feeling. A lot is invested in that argument whilst we're alive. When you die, the argument ends. So the invitation of the pure heart is to die now, to end the argument now. When you end the argument now and now and now and now and now, then all that's left is the purity of heart. Purity of the heart is the same as open awareness, an endless openness, an infinite depth in which everything is welcome. And in that, it doesn't land anywhere. It doesn't find another position. In that, it dissolves. It resolves itself back into openness from whence it came. It resolves itself in wholeness, the wholeness of being. Then that purity of heart, that essential openness can filter naturally into your life. Starts to clean up your nervous system because there's no more reactivity. Reactivity is there when there is resistance or argument to what is. When there is no more resistance or argument, there is no more reactivity. And the stress that has become embedded or encrusted in the nervous system as a habitual reaction starts to dissolve, loosen up, the hardening, the calcification, which is a cellular calcification. Yeah, it's not just metaphorical. Yeah, it's physical. It's all one. It's all one. Starts to dissolve. And then the mental reactivity no longer has a hold on you. The emotional reactivity loosens its grip. Everything comes back to natural, relaxed state. Then you live as love. Yeah? You know, so many people ask, what is my purpose in life? So many people are looking for purpose. What should I be doing? What is my purpose? I want to find my deepest purpose. This is very common on the spiritual path. Your primary purpose is to allow the love, the purity of heart to flow into your life. It's not a doing. It's an ending of the resistance. It's the willingness to put down your weapons of war over and over again in the face of your experience, your direct experience. That's your primary purpose. For that love, for that purity of heart to flow into your life. Then what you do, or rather what is done through you, will take care of itself. That is secondary. That purity of heart will inform your actions. There won't be a question, should I do this, should I do that? It will be inevitable. So the primary purpose is to end the resistance, to end the argument. And only you have the capacity for that. Nobody else can do it for you. And this purity of heart is in everyone. It's our essential nature. We're born as that purity. For some, the cover-ups are heavier or stronger or tighter than others. For some, it might be lighter. Inevitably, we accumulate the cover-ups as we go through the human condition. But that purity is already here. All you have to do is end the argument.